Hey family.
Hey family, welcome back to my channel. Bring it in. Y'all need a hug right now, guys, with everything that's going on. But today I am back because I have been MIA simply because I didn't want to record something that wasn't worth talking about. So guys, if you're interested in just catching up with me, talking about what it means to be too independent, in my opinion, and doing a little bit of makeup, then keep on watching. Actually, let me take my fake nose ring out. BRB. All right, let me stop being a faker. That John is gone. Look, there's no hole in my nose. Wait a minute. Oh, that's a freckle. Oh, look, that's so cute. I get minis and everything, y'all, honestly, because I don't go through anything at a fast rate ever. So for me to get the full size, especially for something that I've never tried before, is not something that I'm pressed about. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into doing the brows. But what I know is since I'm doing this new technique where I'm really struggling, I won't be able to do it on camera. So let me tell you guys what I'm using before I jump off camera. Yes. Alright guys, so I'm back. I knocked the brows out. You know, remember they're sisters, not twins, so don't be coming for me. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of that powder in the top. Then I'm gonna just go ahead and work through, maybe not talk about the products as much, and let's get into the video because wow, what an intro. Yeah, so the reason I really kind of wanted to talk about what we're gonna talk about today, i.e. being too independent, was because I was having a conversation with a coworker who's about, I think she's late 50s, early 60s, and me and her just get along so well at work. She's such a nice lady. And we were catching up yesterday because, you know, we haven't seen each other a lot since the Rona has hit. And she was just basically, you know, we were talking about a lot of things, and she was just saying how, you know, she's getting older and she has missed having a companion, you know, and she feel like she missed out on some things in life as far as like having a husband. She has no children. And, you know, it got me, you know, she said she has a friend, but, you know, I asked her, I said, you know, let's call her Taylor. I said, Taylor, you know, if, you know, your friend that, you know, you see, talking about a man, I was like, you know, if he asked you today to marry him, would you marry him? And she was like, you know, I've been on my own for so long that I don't think I would. I think we would, you know, fare better if we were just friends. And I was like, interesting, because the whole time her and I have been talking, this looks beautiful. But the whole time we've been talking, she, you know, had said, you know, she wished, you know, she was married and had not missed out on that part of her life. So that kind of made me sad because I really liked this woman, but I understood where she was coming from, right? So basically that got me, and she told me, you know, she's like, Shenika, I pray for you every day, and I'm praying, you know, that you find someone who makes you happy and that's a good partner for you and is not intimidated by you and all these things, right? And I'm like, that's crazy because we praying to the same God, but for two different things. But do I really want to grow, you know, old alone? Do I not want to have a partner, you know, as I grow older? And I'm like, wow. And, you know, part of me is like, you know, yeah, Shenika, you want a partner, but then the other part of me is like, no. And I was like, why am I so independent? Me taking the time to figure that out about myself, it might help someone else. Let's start with the not so great things about it, and then we'll build it up and end it off on a good note. So one of the cons that I thought about, I was like, you know, people always want to say being too independent is a fault for women, right? You know, a downfall of being too independent is that nothing, or for the sake of this conversation and frame of reference, no man is ever good enough. And I'm not saying that, you know, there aren't great men out here, because obviously they are. But I just find for myself, you know, I'm not very picky. I don't necessarily have a type, but I like what I like. And I need you to, you know, be a kind of person that I like. You know, people try and like, you know, make us feel bad for having specific desires about our partner. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting your partner to be something that you like. And I find that folks settle a lot, and for me, I just know that settling is not an option, and a part of me is struggling with that I'm not saying I'm constantly looking for the next best thing. I mean, for my personal growth I am, and maybe that's bleeding over into what I look for in a man as well. So that's something that I need to work on. Nothing is ever good enough for me. So I kind of need to work through that. I need to understand that, yes, it's okay to have standards, to have specific qualities you want to see in a partner, but I'm not going to be the perfect person from top to bottom, from A to Z, for whoever's looking for me. You know, there are going to be some things that I will need to compromise on, that my partner is going to have to look past or compromise with. And so I know that I'm not perfect, and I don't ever claim to be. And so I have to give that same grace to the man that God is sending to me. You may not have every single thing that I want, or you may do some things that kind of annoy me, like snoring, but you know, get over it, Shenika, because there are greater qualities in a partner that matter, as opposed to him having nice fingers. This second point my best friend helped me come up with, and she was just like, basically, because I am the way I am, you know, there's a lot of unnecessary stress that I have to experience because I'm always doing things on my own. And I think what she meant from that is that if I allowed myself to share my space and be with someone, then a lot of things that I do on my own, I wouldn't have to do on my own. I wouldn't be forced to be, you know, a strong Black woman and not need help from any man, which every time I do something where I feel like I could have used a man's assistance, when I do it on my own, that only reinforces this issue that I have of being too independent and I don't need a man. I don't need a man because I am whole on my own, but would it be nice to have a partner to do life with, to experience life with, to have a little bit of help? Absolutely. But because I'm actively turning myself away from being with someone, you know, there's a lot of unnecessary stress that I probably wouldn't have to experience if I just allowed myself to open up and be vulnerable and have a partner. You know, it causes me to overthink and overanalyze a lot of times, when if I just had someone to be like, Shenika, slow your brain down, make a decision, stick with it, and move out. Just being too independent, you get really comfortable with yourself. Now you might say, well, Shenika, that's not a bad thing. No, absolutely, it's not a bad thing. You know, I think I'm a true believer that every person needs to spend a substantial amount of time alone outside of a relationship to understand who you are, what you want, and what you don't want, because it just makes it easier for you to blend with another person. But you get too comfortable. And I think that's kind of the place I'm at in life right now. You know, I've built my life. I've created the life that I love and where I want to be. However, because of that, you're gonna have to be Moses parting the Red Sea in order for me to make time for you, essentially. Like, I need you to be like somebody worth giving energy to. I know some folks think that sounds terrible, right? So I'm not out here looking for someone to help me complete my life. I don't need that. I want someone to experience life with, but because I've gotten so comfortable with experiencing life on my own, it makes it really hard for another person to come in and offer me something, you know, that I've already gotten on my own. So basically, I just need you to come in and just be here with me, share life, build experiences, memories, support me, I support you. You know, it's a two-way street. And I think I have not given myself enough grace to allow myself to believe that someone can handle that responsibility, if you know what I'm saying. I just don't think people take folks' feelings, emotions, their heart, you know, they don't take it serious. And so I'm not about to play that game with you, because if you crush my heart, you're gonna crush your face. And, you know, before we move on to the pros, I thought about, you know, Shenika, why are you this way? Why do you think that way? You know, why are you so not necessarily against dating and being in a relationship and being vulnerable? Because I have no issue with those things. It's just, I find that folks don't take my feelings serious, and I don't like that. And the only way for me to avoid that is to not let you in at all. It comes from a place of fear of being let down and disappointed. And that's not even in just romantic relationships, y'all. That's in, you know, friendships, Lord knows, family. You know, that's the first place. Family's the first, you know, place that I felt disappointment and let down. The folks who are supposed to be the closest to you, right? You know, those cons that I mentioned, they came out of a place of necessity, feeling like no one in the world was going to protect me, so I had to learn to do it myself. And did I want to do it? No. When I tell y'all I'm the biggest teddy bear lover on the planet, my one word in life is love. I love love. I think it's beautiful. I just love everything about love, y'all. So y'all, I just realized that I don't have a setting spray because my Ulta shipment ain't here yet, and your girl is looking real matte. flawless, except around my mouth. I should have color corrected, but I'm very mad and I'm loving it. Let's talk about the pros to being too independent. I'm grateful that I am the way that I am. I hate that I had to experience the things that I did that brought me to this place, but I am grateful that I am self-sufficient. Too independent, as some may say. Ooh, baby, this is my favorite bronzer. But I say, you know, the first one is you're never looking for someone to fill a void. I am happy on my own. I make things happen the way I want them to happen. I'm not going through life saying I need to be married. I need to be in a relationship. I like who I am. I like the person I'm becoming. I like, you know, where I've come from and the differences and the changes I've seen in myself. Like, it's beautiful to me. I'm not looking for anyone to complete me. Cause say it with me, I am whole on my own. So most of the face is done now. I'm gonna pop this little NYX Jumbo eye pencil on the eyes and put a little crease color in. That's all we're doing for the eyes. For me, another benefit or another pro of being, you know, too independent is that you just get to learn yourself. You know, so much of our life, you know, especially as children, we're trying to please somebody. We're trying to impress somebody. We're trying to do what we think the adults want us to do. But when you really are comfortable with yourself, when you've taken the time to get comfortable with yourself, if you guys notice, I'm taking this bronzer, blending it in the corner. I'm gonna deepen it up here, and then I'm gonna pull it over into my crease to add some dimension. Then I'm gonna bring it right over to my nose to create the, you know, shadowed effect there. It all works. We spend so much of our life trying to be, you know, perfect for someone else. I told a friend recently, there's something so beautiful about being able to wake up every day just being you, knowing who you are, being comfortable in who you are, not having to put on a facade, and just being so comfortable in your skin that despite what someone may think about you or how you live your life or your choices, it really doesn't matter because I'm so comfortable with who I am. And I'm not saying it's easy to get there, but once you get there, literally nothing can knock you down, y'all. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And I can speak to it because I was not always that way. I think I also have a shadow I can layer on top of that too. You get to become decisive about who you let in your life. You just don't let folks in by happenstance, by chance, you know. I know what I want, and I know you ain't a part of the equation, so you don't get access to all of this good energies. And another benefit of that too is that you learn how to fully and completely love yourself before you're dating someone. You learn to love yourself before you're ever expecting someone else to love you. If you know how you need to be loved, then you are able to teach your partner the things they may fall short on. You get to teach them. You get to teach them how to love you. I think I finished blending the eyes. Y'all know I had to pop off camera because I'll be talking all day long. We're gonna line these eyes real quick. I love me some brown liner. Like, black is beautiful, of course. Black is beautiful, but the black is fine, but it's just something about the brown liner that just keeps it beautiful. I need to put on some highlighter, baby. Oh, I think I kind of went overboard right there. So let's go ahead and put these lashes on, and then we can hit with the last point. Y'all, I can't see. How y'all little demons be putting these on with your hands? Oh. Wait a minute. Oh my. And guess who's going to go get groceries? Just like these. This looks so pretty, and I do not, oh my goodness, I usually don't wear lashes like this, but these got my eyes looking real pretty, but I love them. Yeah, they may call us too independent, say that, you know, it makes it hard for a man or whatever, but guess what? At the end of the day, the top benefit for me of being so independent, though it has its cons, you just get to live life on your own accord. You aren't looking for the approval of someone else. You're free from judgment and the opinions of others. You just are so confident in the life that you've chosen for yourself that, listen, I understand that you feel this way. I understand that you think women should conduct themselves this way. I understand that you think women should live to be in a relationship with men, but no. This smells fruity. Look at my face, y'all. Do y'all see how flawless my face looks? I know it's from using the translucent powder, Jackie. I don't know why it took me so long to listen, sis. And that's it, guys. So all in all, ladies, I just want to remind you to still, you know, be strong, be confident, but still allow yourself to be soft, be vulnerable. Life has put you through certain things that brought you to this place for a reason. Now, you may have been bitter, like me. You may have been disappointed, like me. It is what it is. That's life. But it's love and partnership and experience and memory building worth sacrificing for fear, for a little bit of hurt. You know, you have to weigh and decide which one it is for you. And for me, I choose love. I always choose love. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. My face is looking flawless. You feel me? I feel real cute today. If you guys like this look, you know, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. As always, love on purpose. And I'll see you guys in the next video.